Let's try that again. Good. Okay, wait, let's reset everything. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the last Epoch dev stream. I'm your host, Mike, and let's hop right back in. You know, so YouTube can look good at least, or sound good. Oof. You know, I'm gonna blame a Windows update. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. All right. Standing up gaming. Yeah. Yeah, bud. I've got a lovely standing desk that I spent a long time picking out and working towards, and very happy with it. What's our goal? What's our arena goal? Should we try and... I think we should try and hit 80. In the first break, I'm going to look and see what gets us on the ladder. Which probably we don't want to get that high, because y'all are much better at this than I am. It's been so long since I played the arena. So long. It's crazy. I do love the Hedron. This art piece is so nice. We made it to wave 5. Our bear didn't. RIP. How many endgame systems do you plan to have at launch? It's kind of a gray area because sometimes they bleed into each other a little bit. I would say enough that you have a variety of things to choose from, and you're not just being like, okay, I'm doing the endgame system. I'm doing a endgame system or an endgame system. I think that would be the goal. Patch preview during stream. I don't have a patch preview for you. What was a big one? I'll get to that in a sec. I don't have a patch preview for you right now. I've got a couple little things. We're getting real close to like feature complete for stuff that I'm doing. Like the stuff I need to have done is getting close to the deadline that I have that I need to get it done on. So I've been up really late the last few nights just to squeak things in. So we're gonna limit today's stream to 1 hour. I'm doing a hard cutoff in 56 minutes from now. Just because otherwise I gotta get back to work. I got tons of stuff to do still, guys. But I've got a couple little things to show you. Sam tossed me a pair of follow-ups on some stuff from last time. How high would I have to get? I'm softcore solo. 171. There's no way we're hitting 171. I need to like, I'm realizing that so much of my damage comes from Maelstrom and Warcry that I just like don't care about using Tempest Strike, and I know it's like mostly just to get mana back, but I'm never out of mana because Warcry has a long enough cooldown, and I'm considering ways to lower the cooldown on Warcry, increase the mana requirements of it so that I am using Tempest Strike to get mana back. Various things like that. Like increasing the mana cost and getting more out of it. I don't know what that looks like yet. Is that 5 waves? Oh, it's easy. Maybe we're going to get to 171. Alright, I saw someone comment on the Steam discussions regarding epilepsy. There have been instances where the texture has been flickering white. Oh, stop scrolling. And according to the person, a lot of spells and animations have been causing him epilepsy. I think you guys should address this as soon as possible. Yeah, that sounds like there's a problem like a performance problem, and possibly it's causing like overheating issues or something like that. It's like we are definitely working on performance issues in general. I know that like really bad flickering does show up in a couple places in like on certain hardware setups, and I don't know what they are. Yeah, it's something we would definitely be working on for sure. But I think that's just as things get better performance, that sort of problem will go away a little bit. Is the unique item drop rolled calculated when you beat the boss and get the loot, or is it already rolled when you encounter the boss? It happens when the boss dies. Well, for a patch not next week, you'd be surprised how close to the wire stuff gets put in. I don't actually know when the patch is going to be. But try not to read into anything I said about patch deadlines and times. Hopefully this arena run will make you rethink Tempest Strike not having attack speed scaling. It will not. Third transformation teasers, probably not. Hey, new player, recently bought your game. Could you say briefly what is your role in the company? Yes, I am a senior developer. So that means I have a hand in a lot of different things. I'm also involved quite heavily in the design of skills and items. But definitely that's a more secondary thing. There's a lot of us that are involved with design in a lot of different ways. Yeah, so I'm writing a lot of code. I've got my head in the code a lot of times. I've been doing most of the development side of the UI rework. So I can't. I'm not an artist. I'm not great with layout and UX and all that sort of stuff. But so I've been making the UI designers' vision come to life. So that's one of the big things you'll see this patch from me. Awesome. Game time! What time is it? Game time! Iron. If no transformation stuff, can we expect more minion AI adjustments in future next patch? Yeah, there's most of the minion AI adjustments have been done and are in. I think some of them still have a little ways to go. Yeah, I know there's a dev blog in the works. I think that's hopefully going to be out soon. I don't want to say when, because the person working on it would be frustrated with me. My bear's huge! Get him! Any plans for multiplayer stream soon? I mean, as soon as... Oh, I got chat open. Yes, that's me! That's me! Oh wait, chat wasn't enabled. Oh, those get pushed through even without it. Nice. Oh, let's go pick on Mike. Oh, I did not have much chat open, but I had enough to see that. Why you want to pick on Mike? No, that's fine. Come on and pick on Mike. In multiplayer stream would be sweet to do. I'd love to do a multiplayer stream and show you guys exactly what we've got and how it's working and all that sort of stuff. I don't think we're quite ready for it yet. A ton of fun. I love the multiplayer stuff, and every chance we get to go in there is just such a treat. (0110) bot asks, are there going to be MTX skins that make the primalist more shirtless? Maybe. He's pretty shirtless already. Yeah, possibly. There'll be lots of different MTX skins available, and some of them might take that shirt a little less. Shirtless. Can you tell I'm tired, guys? Now's the time to stump me and trap me in something. I'm exhausted. Woo. That Eterra's Blessing unspec'd is like just a health potion. Just like a not great health potion. I wonder what does more health right now, actually. The health potion's instant cast though, so that's nice. Got 6 friends ready to play the game on multiplayer news. We're all playing PoE till then. Yep. There's we get that a lot. A lot of people are like, I'm playing PoE until you got multiplayer. And that's a pretty common thing we hear, and it's sweet. I'm excited to have all y'all come over and play some multiplayer with us. And I promise you, as much as you want it to happen, I want it more. It's basically all I get from my friends when I hop in voice with them randomly. It's like, Mike, when's multiplayer coming? There's no use pumping my friends for information either, guys. They don't know either. They've tried. What are your thoughts about 1, enemy density, 2, overall pace, gameplay too quick / slow? I think that generally in a lot of monoliths, multiplayer density is a little on the low side. That's something that will go up as performance gets better, for sure. As we do tend to shy away from monster density in some cases. I like half-ass paying attention here. All right, Mike, time to get the whole ass out. Let's go finish the monolith. Were we on Lagan? I think we were. I think the general pace is pretty good. I'd like to see a little bit higher density, though. Is Rune of Cleansing broken at the moment? It says it removes at least 5 instability, but isn't removing any when I use it. Does it really say that? Removes all affixes from an item and reduces instability to between 5 and 15. I'll try it when I get there. I don't think it does that. I don't think it reduces instability at all. I should know, because I'm pretty sure I'm the one that set it up. We'll check. By the way, Mike, we need a unique named after you. We can call it Insomnia for the unique name, and you guys can create the rest. Mike, you're always on Discord, so the unique Insomnia is for you. Just make it, lol. Yeah, the reason you guys see me on Discord a lot is because I have a small child who likes to be awake at weird hours. So quite often I'll just pop on and see if there's any questions to answer. That's why I always ask people to post screenshots of things, so I'm like, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, I'm on my phone. Or if I like wake up in the middle of the night, I'll like just pop my phone open and answer a question. Okay, we got an item here. Let's cleanse one of these items. Let's see what happens. Rune of Cleansing. Okay, so the instability right now is 8. Okay, we need one that has higher instability though. Make sure it doesn't break. Yeah. Okay, let's. Well, if I was actually paying attention here, I might be able to make a nice item. I'm just putting random things on. It's actually not a terrible item. That's funny. Okay, it's not great. It's not no added flat. Whatever. And I fractured it. Okay, 28 instability. Cleansing should reduce it to between 5 and 15. It did. I mean, initial testing suggests that it's working well. But I'll take a look. That's all I've been doing the last few days, is working on like new crafting panel, which is amazing. It looks so good. Hello. Will be soon tooltip damage for totem and minions. I'm not sure. It's real tough, but we'd like it. Any clues for the type of multiplayer being implemented, such as party size, etc.? Party size we don't have an exact figure for yet. It's gonna be in the range. I'm gonna say like I'm gonna broaden the range wider than I think it's actually gonna be, just so I'm not wrong. 3 to 6, but I think it'll more likely be 4 or 5. Server authoritative, so very similar style of like Diablo 2, Path of Exile. That's the major similarities that I can point to. When are you getting partnered on Twitch so we can get those sexy mic emotes? I think we hit the requirements for that. I don't know how we get that to happen. And we talked about it. We probably have to contact them. Let's be real here. But yeah, I'd love to get some emotes in here. I'd love to get like a... Because I'm really enjoying doing this, and I'd like to keep doing this long term. So getting in some emotes and like a nightbot and like some chat commands and things like that. And we get some moderators in here that... because some of you fine folk are here like every week, and it's fantastic to see you every time. Mike's gonna try not to die again. Come on, Paddington, get up! Oh, nice. I've got like 8 of those. There's the claw. Oh, the fang. The fang. What are your thoughts on movement skills in Last Epoch compared to PoE? The game feels a lot slower because of the big cooldowns. Is that the pace you guys want in the game, or it could change? It's definitely very intentional. If anything, we'll probably like reduce the ability to like classes that have multiple movement skills, tying those in together with each other so that you can't chain them. We really want to avoid that like who's fastest multiplayer mode, where you're playing with a buddy, but they have better movement skills than you do, and you're following. Just like, ideally, we'd have that a little bit slower pace, keeping things a little bit tighter together, where the because of how, like the size of the screen and like how zoomed the camera is, small, or when you get to higher movement speeds, if you're like 10% slower than your friend, you're just never gonna catch up to anything. But if your movement speeds are a little bit lower, if you're 10% slower, it's really not that big of a deal. If that makes any sense. So it's definitely intentionally slower than PoE. It can and does reduce instability, yes. But on items with 0 instability, it will not add any. That's good. That's what we want, isn't it? Can we get an item that's under 2 instability? Let's cleanse it. 2 instability. Yeah, okay, so it won't increase the instability. That's good. Someone knew what they were doing. Probably wasn't me then. Mike, level with me. People tell me differently. Do I have to wait until level 50 to play the monolith? No, you don't have to. There are side quests in the main campaign that you're going to want to complete to get your full idle slots set up, which I think might be going up to one more quest than it is now for next patch. I can't remember if we actually increased it or not. I think there might be one more quest. And that's really important to do. But other than that, you don't have to complete the main story quest line as far as like power is concerned. You can come in the monolith and start hunting stuff down. I know people have done builds where they've hopped into the monolith. I don't know if it's on the current patch, but they've done builds where they've like gotten into the monolith at level like 25 and managed to kill the first boss, the Abomination, which is pretty sweet. If anyone here knows what build I'm talking or who that is, please share it because it was really cool. Can't remember. I love doing things like, I love seeing things like that. Like it's almost, it's similar to like speedrunning stuff where a lot of times in speedrunning stuff there's people completing things like way out of order. It's like that shouldn't be possible, but it is. I think it's cool. Love that volcanic orb texture. That changed last patch. It's so good. So pretty. Flame griffin of wildfire. Hello, Mike. Is there any chance for something such as raptor form? It would be amazing to go insane with summon raptor as a beastmaster. It's not summon raptor form. Build diversity is a huge draw for action RPGs, and something I'm looking forward to in Last Epoch. There's a lot of empty space in the skill screen for most classes. Yes, there is. Can we expect to see those get filled to the brim with a ton of different skills, or are we seeing somewhat indicative of the amount of skills per class already? Some classes have the right number of skills already. I think Mage is basically done. I think you've got all the Mage skills, and Sorcerer and Spellblade. Obviously, there's no Rune Master yet, so there's a pretty big gap there. But like Healing Wind's going, and there's something coming to replace it. There's another one going there. There's another 2 coming here. I think that's it for this one. There's definitely missing skills still. I know Sentinel's got some that are leaving and more that are coming. We're pretty close to the right number for launch. We do like. You can see that there's room here, and the new skills panel as well has even actually more room. It's laid out in such a way that we've left room to expand and grow, which this one doesn't really have. It's got a little bit more. There's room for 8 more skills than that we're gonna have for each class at the start, but we wanted room for even more than that down the road. So the new skills panel is gonna be a little bit more room for them. There's a lot of stuff we're kind of like leaving space for post-patch. We really want to get a really solid core game for that 1.0 launch, and I think having 10% more skills at 10% less quality would be a 10% worse game. If that makes any sense. Like it wouldn't make the game better if there was more skills, but they're all a little bit worse. And also it leaves room for us to add stuff down the road. And adding new stuff's fun. So 1.0 will have similar skill density to what you're seeing now, but we're not quite done. And after that, we'll be looking to expand it. Oh. Alright. What else we got here? Good questions this week. I like it. We don't call them fractures anymore. It's called pulling a McFluffin. To define that, it's when the Last Epoch RNG gods tell you that you can't have it, fractures. I like that. I just started the game today. Welcome. I hope you're having fun. Woo! Shouldn't take my hand off the keyboard. It doesn't instinctively go back down to the right spot every time. I'm standing and my like body's like slightly offset from the keyboard, so it's not 100% perfect. My keyboard's pretty basic, so there's no like anchor points. Hey Frost Root Warden, you want to be friends? It doesn't look like it. That's a big boy attack! Go. Was I just out of potions that I didn't notice? Alright. Started the game today and was thrilled, but I'm very concerned after seeing that when I equip a unique, my characters still look the same. Easier going the Path of Exile route with microtransactions and not letting me find cool looking gear without buying it. No, we are going to have microtransactions. However, the reason you're not seeing every single unique changing the way your character looks is strictly just we haven't got there yet. That's the only reason. It's a yet thing. We're still in early access. You'll notice that many weapons and shields do. So, for example, this one's getting... I forgot this isn't done yet. This one's getting a facelift next patch. And it looks amazing. But so, like weapons are really easy to do because it doesn't... Like, the shape of your arms and the height of your character has no impact on where this sword fits on your character. There's no skin change that needs to happen. It can just be the same object that's just put in a different spot on your hands, and that's just controlled by the animations. So, things like... I don't know if there's... I'm going to pull some out, and they're not going to have special ones, but... generally speaking, weapons and shields... I have 2 of those, that's fine. Hammer, yes, there's a little VFX there. That shield, no, it's just a normal shield. Yeah, the scythe like that. Like there's... Ooh, that's offset. That's probably noticed because no one uses this combination. What am I trying to say? My point is that if you are putting weapons in hands, it's a lot easier to place them for different classes. So we can do it a lot faster, a lot cheaper, and a lot easier. And so that's where we started, but we're working all the time on it, and there's a ton of new armor sets, unique stuff. All that stuff's planned to be cooler and better down the road. Do you plan to add new skills each season after launch, or do you think the average of 15 per mastery is optimal, and would you have to remove a skill before adding a new one? I'd say it'd be... There's probably a sweet spot. I think the sweet spot's a little higher than what we're planning for our initial launch. And we might pull some skills out, and might like rework skills. That's an interesting way. So like sometimes if a skill gets kind of stale, maybe there's a skill that's been on the board for a long time, and people just it's not jiving. Like I don't know, tornado. I haven't seen many builds with that recently. Maybe I'm just not paying attention enough, but. Maybe we decide, and I'm not saying we're doing this, but maybe we decide, okay, well, let's cut Tornado, but let's put something in that's similar, and we put in, like, Hurricane. And I know Maelstrom's what Hurricane would be, really, but you get that sort of idea of maybe we change a skill to add a new one, and there's, like, remnants of the old one, or the skill becomes a proc skill from the passive tree, or something like that. We're not 100% sure how we're going to handle it yet, but we'll take it. We'll figure that out as we go. I think that we would like to add more skills as we go, and that's the sort of thing that's going to keep happening. Yeah. Hot tub stream when I get a hot tub. It's going to be a long, long ways out. Any ideas how trading will be added? For example, PoE has separate site to PM sellers. Not a huge fan, neither am I. Prefer a type of in-game auction house. The trading system we are planning is designed to be in-game. in engine. We're hoping that there won't be any reason at all to leave the engine. Except maybe to like, even that sort of stuff we want to have in here. Like, okay, communities where you like talk about how much stuff's worth, or like what things are good to trade, like discussion communities I can see being useful for trade style things outside of engine. But the actual act of posting it, buying it, collecting what you're receiving from selling it, all these sorts of things, we want that all to happen in engine. Yeah, and I've talked a little bit about this already, but we're hoping that it's going to be a little bit more of not just a UI endeavor, not strictly a like, let me open up the trade UI panel and just get what I'm going to get, and that's done. I'm sure there'll be a lot of that. Hopefully it's not exclusively that. Oh yeah. Yeah, like that sort of stuff feels great. There's no challenge there really. Like the big guy's the only thing that's difficult, but that big pack feels good. Need more defenses. I keep saying it. Do I have any points? No, we're gonna get more health, endurance. We're squishy. Any comments on the rank 1 arena pusher being falsely banned? I have no idea. Like, I saw some comments about that, and I'll be honest, my head was down working. I have no idea anything about that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I have no information whatsoever. I have no idea what the build was. I have no idea anything about what was going on. I apologize. I'm out of the loop. Was he actually banned? Or was the run just taken down? Like, I don't even know if someone's looked at it yet. I have no idea, I'm sorry. Are there plans to update the DPS tooltip for Paladin Judgment skill, and general thoughts on movement coming to Sentinel Paladin? Improvements coming. Yeah, there's we haven't done much to Paladin this patch yet, but there's definitely some weak points that we've been talking about, and some restructuring in the Sentinel class overall that we really want to do. It's a really old class, so there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't really jive with the new stuff that well. Either that it's kind of broken OP, or just whatever, pointless. So we're definitely looking at making that be less bad. Ouch. What is going on? Come on. There we go. All right. I'm not. This build's not. We're definitely hitting the wall with this build. Any plans for Mike's beard cursor MTX? No. Oh, another arena key we can waste. Any plans for adding more features to the loot filter? Oh yeah. Show item when it has at least 2 affixes at T4. Yeah. Judd, if you're listening, hit me with a screenshot. Probably not listening. I'm just gonna ask you. If you're around. All right. While we're waiting for that, I'll move on. Any possibility for having a world tier system? A world tier system. You're taking like normal nightmare hell? Ask me again when I catch up, and I don't know what you mean by a world tier system. I'm sorry. Been asked before, but are there any adventure modes? You have to do the story, jump the model on a second character. 1.0 will not feature something like that, I don't think. We might if we find a good way to get it in quickly. But the problem is that there's so many things that would be amazing to add, and we want to add them all. I should put my lights off. Does it? Probably looks a little bit better. And we'd like to add them all, but we've got to keep our scope under control for 1.0 so we can hit a fantastic solid game, and we'll be adding features. Like, this is something we plan on adding down the road, just like so many other things. Alright, hey man, I got the game last week and loved the game. Great job. So my question is, you have a prevision to Warlock launch. I do not have anything to show you for Warlock. I'm sorry, but I'm happy you're enjoying it, and thanks for joining us. Try and power through a few of these questions here, because I am pretty strictly limiting my time this week. Let's actually, while we're here, let's bring this up. This work? Oh, it's a little weird. Okay, this is the I should have cut this. Slacking. I'm sorry, guys. Get a little bit bigger. So this is the lightning version of Smite. And then this is the void version of Smite. For the new design that we started with Sam's stream. We were working on Smite, and then he did the lightning and void ones off stream. So this is what the lightning and void get a little bit bigger versions of these. There's lightning a little bit bigger. Boom. Yeah, I think they look pretty sweet. So I'm excited for Smite again, visually speaking. Hope you guys are too. Question follow-up from earlier. I meant that we transform into raptor form, then unleash our summon raptor companion if you would bring such a transform skill. I did understand your question, and I'm sorry if I answered it poorly. Same answer. Any leak? There it is. I know it's not a big one. Well, I got another image coming for you. You guys will like, I think. Something you've been waiting for quite a while. Will we be seeing the option to add sound effects to drops with our loot filter? For example, if an item with a shadow dagger effect affix drops, can I make it ping me? Yes, that is a request that we get pretty frequently. We are aware of this request, and we do like this idea. It's tough because we really try and avoid giving tools that can make the game suck. I know that's like, well, obviously, Mike, why would you let us make the game suck, right? Well, I mean, maybe not. So for example, say we just put in the loot filter, any MP3 that's in a certain folder will be played when any loot filter rule is achieved. Okay, great. Now you can make the game just scream at you for an hour whenever anything drops. Awesome. So there's some lines that we need to make sure aren't. I'm just destroying my office here, guys. No big deal. We need to make sure that there's some lines that just aren't crossable. And we likely would do it as something similar to the way that the color system is done. And it's kind of the same reason the color system is the way it is, so you can't do white on white and just not be able to see what the item is. So we'll if we do it, we'll likely be doing it in the form of like, here's a set of sounds that you can choose from, that sort of thing. Then the second consideration that happens is being able to put it on every single item drop. And it gets just awful again. So we kind of need to I'm just gonna get these prepped while I'm talking here. We kind of need to restrict the rules that it can be associated with. So I know we've talked about having it be only on like set and unique items with like the beam. People have been asking for the beam, and it's a performance concern. If you put every item as a beam, it would just look awful. So we like, but we know that certain pings and beams want to be for really super rare, like magic and rare items and exalted items and that sort of thing. That's really important. So maybe we make it only work for exalted items and set unique items that we know are going to be rare enough, or we build some sort of system that detects how encompassing a rule is, and like there's only so many pings and beams allowed at once or something like that. And there's things we can do in there, but we're not quite there yet, unfortunately. So I hope that was an okay answer. Okay, so this is the basic rule filter that will be coming up. Sure, Judd, I'll show that too. So this is the basic filter rule. You may notice that there's not a lot going on here. But that's a real, just keep it clean, keep it simple. And then if you want a little more control over what you're seeing, boom, here we go. You can expand it out to look like this. And so what this does is this will let you pick like any number of affixes and specifically be able to detect the combinations of them that you want on an item and total like the sum of the affix tiers you want to appear. And what this does is it lets you sort of like get really granular on the exact combinations of affixes you want on items, but also say you want, like, I want one of these 4 prefixes and like any two of these 4 prefixes and any 2 of these 4 suffixes in combination in some way, and you can make one rule that's like that. Or you can say I specifically want these prefixes or these suffixes. It's also smart enough to know that if you have only put one prefix in the list, it won't let you put the requirement, so it's an impossible item. So if you'd like put 6 prefixes and no suffixes, it won't let you put with minimum tier 20 because it's impossible to exist. And it will warn you if you've made something ultra mega rare as well. So if you say like I want a T 23 item, it's gonna be like, come on, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, but it will let you do it. It just will warn you. Yeah, so there's those. And then, one more for you, too. One more for you. I haven't looked at this image, so if there's something wrong with it, Judd, it's on you. So here is a little look at what the inventory looks like right now in our development build. So it's come along. I think you guys have seen something pretty similar to this, but this is sort of a look. Oh, there's another image. I wasn't showing you guys the right image. That's probably was confusing a lot of people. Sorry, just a sec. I'll get another filter image out that'll make this more obvious. Yeah, just look at how the inventory looks, the style. So we're updating a lot of panels, like everything from the settings panel to the like character selects getting a tiny bit of love, and like the ladder panel and the skills and the passives and the crafting and the there's all sorts of stuff that's happening. So this is what that's looking like now. And then here's with some options selected in the new loot filter, so it might be a little bit clearer as to what's actually going on. So question here, will there be more runes with different effects on top of the current ones? There will, not for this patch. Best 40 euros ever spent. Thank you, friend. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I hope you continue to enjoy yourself. We need the actual wings on the Wings of Argentus. Yeah. Thanks. This is a big thing I hate about PoE. I'm willing to support devs, and I understand you guys don't work for free, but such a huge part of these games for me is finding cool looking stuff. Yeah, we want people who are playing, who buy the game. They've bought the game. It's not like they're playing a free product. So that's a big difference between us and PoE, is that there is a different pricing structure. So we want people who have already given us money to enjoy what they're playing, and being looking cool is part of that for sure. The only way to get something that looks really exceptional in that core game though will be to play it and like find cool looking gear. So like the really early gear that you get at level 2, level 5, level 6 like won't be super emissive bloom glow wings with epic smoke rising, and you know, like yeah there needs to be a sense of progression in both the visuals and the functionality and the power. So there's like early stuff will still be relatively tame by comparison to late game stuff. And I think that's already visible in the gear you start out with as for example, like a mage, compared to the best looking mage gear right now is like, it's a pretty stark contrast in how epic it is. It's just the beginning. I've been asked before, but will there be an adventure mode? I already answered that. Not at launch, maybe later. I don't remember where exactly, but I recall reading somewhere that you guys were aware of the functionality with the numlock trick, and it's fine to use in-game. What about making it an in-game key binding option for certain slots? I go into this in more detail in other dev streams we've done. No, it's a failing in the design of the skill. We're going to try and rework them. The Fire Aura to Flame Ward conversion is a great example of that. Hey Mike, when multiplayer does come out, will be same boring 4-player base, or will assume expand to 6 or 8-player base? We're not 100% sure what the maximum number of players will be in game. I think that's what you're asking. But there is a danger in getting too many. Once you allow 8 players simultaneously, the size of the abilities has to come down, which can impact the single player experience, because suddenly there's like different versions for the number of people in the party, which can be weird, or there's just kind of meh for what single player type stuff. So we've got to keep that in mind. Also, there's performance implications. So suddenly with if 4 players are allowed, I mean, anyone who likes playing a Necro, your minions are getting nerfed into the ground. If there's 8 people, I'll be available to be on there. Because 8 people with Wraiths in the current form, no. I don't have a fire extinguisher close enough to the servers. Just do microtransactions for anything but gear. I mean, we're gonna do visual MTX, not gear, like how good it is, but like we're gonna do visual MTX for gear. That's something we are gonna add on. Things like, I guess the typical thing for MTX is that's where you'll be able to take things over the top. Like, it'll still be in mythos, is the term? Like in where it like makes sense in the world, but it's like to take things from, oh, that's really cool and practical and looks neat and is flashy or whatever, to a little bit over the top will be no, Judd, it's already leaked. He just told me I leaked something, but I didn't, because I already knew about it. Now he's spamming me with memes. It's my life. Okay, that's a good one. You gave a great description of your previous employment last week. What was the decision to quit your job and join this game's development full time? A challenging one to make at the time. Did you ever have any reservations about it? Yeah, I spent a solid week deciding whether or not I was going to make that jump. just because I'd never done anything like that before. It was a risk, and there was no doubt that I ever wanted to do it. It was sort of like a, can I justify this? And I decided I could, and I'm very happy I did. Yeah. And I'm being told that no one can see what's going on in game because I forgot to take away the image. Thanks, Dad. Didn't know you were watching the stream. Hi, Dad. Have you guys ever talked about force move option? That's my preferred way of playing. Moving right now, I'll really interact with random things. Yes, as you're clicking, because it's just simulating a click, 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 click. When moving in town or near time refs. Yeah, there's some changes that are going to get made there for sure. Whether or not that includes force move right away is unclear. We do get that request semi-regularly, so it's something we know people are interested in. I would say low to moderate chance that force move will make it into 1.0, and a high chance that it will make it into post 1.0. Mike, in my dreams last night, you appeared to me and told me that the lost memories will be attached to sockets. Mike, did you lie to me? Lie to me in my dreams? That wasn't me. That was an imposter sent from an alternate reality to confuse and befuddle you. I don't know if he was telling the truth or not, but you can't be certain of anything. Sorry. Good try, though. Does new AI also improves upon pet speed or allowing them to warp the players so they don't fall behind? It helps with a bunch of stuff. I don't remember the exact details of everything. It's one of those things where it's been in for a while. You kind of just forget about it. Oh, no, don't heal my bear. Heal me. Heal me. Heal me. Yes. Okay. Deep breath, guys. We're okay. Deep breath. Oh, you suck. You suck. Someone over here, give me some potions. Thank you. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We made it. Oh no, Paddington. Heals have not damaged recently. I should have read that before I ran away. There we go. Run away! Jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whew. Alright. Torment D3 would be considered a world tier system. Okay, I see. Just difficulty systems. Yeah, unlikely. Am I that far behind? Okay, I'm sorry for everyone who's been asking questions. I'm going to jump to current because we're close to done. Well, there weren't that many. I might go back. That's why I need Healing Wind. Do you plan to change the solo game mode to a more standard SSF mode? Kind of like the whole game is now when trade comes in. I'll keep it like it is now. Solo game mode to more... I mean, yes, solo is SSF. Yeah. Solo is SSF. Like one item? One item? Bludgeon. Reminds me a lot of Bloodrise Morningstar in D2. Someone's gonna message me now and be like, that's what the reference is, Mike. You silly person. Maelstrom cast chance. We just like switch this out for one of these. Yeah, I think we do. Because we love that Maelstrom chance. We love that Maelstrom chance. Sure. It's probably a terrible item for us.
Yes.
Just bugs, folks.
Take care.
And I want my health. Oh, what did I unlock? Untangling roots. Might be useful. If you did ask a question I didn't answer and you want it answered, post it again right now and I'll try and get to it because we're hitting the end of the stream pretty soon because I gotta get back to work. Gotta merge the new crafting updates in, which is gonna be sweet. Consider having a really rare item that can fix fractured items, like a really rare, like Exalted. Very unlikely to happen. If we did, it would have to make the item untradeable. That's a whole kettle of fish. On next patch, if Smelter's Wrath or Tempest Strike isn't buffed, I'm following through with my making justice for blank skill thread on the forums. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know if we fixed them or not. I know Tempest Strike hasn't been fixed yet. That's coming patch after next. We're trying to do things in more thematic bunches. That sort of style is more starting to roll out next patch after this one, where we're gonna do quite a bit with the primalist all at once. There's like a new there's a new melee skill coming. There's a new transform skill coming that's got a bunch of sub skills as well, and probably rework some of the old ones at the same time. So like we're trying to do them sort of as a bunch to make it bigger impact and feel better and all that sort of stuff. I don't think Smelter's Wrath has had much love because I think we're also planning on doing a similar thing for Sentinel that hasn't been done yet, and so that's going to be in a big bundle with a whole bunch of skills, specifically Void Knight a lot, but other Sentinel ones too. How many MTX would one be able to buy with 350 base coins? Just wondering about the value of them. I don't have exact numbers. We want to find that sweet spot where it feels good, but not. I don't have the exact numbers. I'm sorry. Is it EHG's view that last Epoch community's new emotes with hot tubs are the best in all of Twitch? And it's pretty fun. The text is so tiny in order to see those. It's hard. I figured out Sarno's riddle for the third transformation. Osprix form makes sense. It covers the missing melee elemental archetype. That's really cool. Unfortunately, I hadn't even considered that as an option personally. If that gives you any indication of what's going to happen. You mentioned earlier that some Sentinel Paladin skills are being removed and or new skills added. Will Judgment skill be removed? It's not planned to be removed. It is planned, however, to be updated. Any idea when multiplayer is going to be put in? I can't wait to play with my friends. Plan is sometime this year, but I don't have any more details than that. Any updates on Legendaries? None for you right now, sorry. There are similarities between Diablo 4 gameplay trailers and Last Epoch. Last Epoch was in development before Diablo 4. Are you flattered? Blizzard is mimicking LE. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say mimicking. I'm sure like there's going to be similarities no matter what. Sometimes it's just a good idea, and more than one person can have the same good idea. If they are, I'd be shocked, unbelievably flattered, and that would be cool, but I'd be shocked. Yeah. Any other leaks to share with us before you go? Not really. Sorry. Please, we want all the leaks. There's a dev blog coming. There's a patch preview coming. There's, I'm sure, other cool stuff coming that I don't know about. All right, guys, we are just past the time. we're gonna toss this on over to the screen that I know how to put up really quickly. There they are. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you had a blast. I will see you next week. Have fun. Stay safe.